Welcome back to a new video. So today I am going to be ranking the seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. I have really done this before, but it was my first video, so I'm kind of thinking I want to do it again, just with a little bit of updated opinions. That other video I'm going to private it, because I feel like also with it again being my first video, it definitely wasn't the best. So I'm hoping this can be a little bit better, and I've picked up some different opinions along the way between that video, so that might affect my ranking. And I definitely want to do this before season 8, because the thing is, season 8 obviously will be a whole new season, and so I would expect to be doing a new one to add it on, but I want to make sure that I rewatch everything and really think about it, and so that can be like my definitive end all Fear the Walking Dead season 1 to 8 ranking. But this is going to be my opinions right now. So, season 1 is S tier. I'm ranking these all for Fear. So if it was the Walking Dead universe, Fear the Walking Dead season 1 might be an A tier. But because this is all the seasons of Fear, it's going to be an S tier. Season 1 is pretty good. It's amazing. One of the main negatives that people say about this season is it can be a little bit boring, which I disagree with, because I think that with it only being 6 episodes, it has a slower pace, but the whole season shows the downfall of society, and I think that that is something that is nice to have some time taken on. I think it's nice to see everything slow down a little bit, and I really, really do enjoy that. I think that the characters are all amazing. We have our OG cast, barring Luciana, if you want to count her. There is no bad acting, and I feel like the cinematography and location, being California, is very nice and just different to see. Very bright, which, I mean, we'll get on to Mexico, but it's different enough, and it definitely has a purpose to be a spin-off. Fear the Walking Dead is not just, oh, let's make a spin-off. Like, it actually has a purpose, and it's got a story that's entertaining, and I really just believe that it's worth your time watching it. But that other negative I should also mention is that people do say it's a little bit dry, as in, when we actually see the downfall of society, some people believe maybe it's not enough. Maybe we could have seen a little bit more. And I kind of agree with that, but I think you should take into consideration what we have. And I think then it is actually a very good season. And what we do get shown is very interesting. Season 2 is in the middle, because season 2 also definitely suffers from slow-paced episodes. But I think these episodes are not bad, because these are episodes where our characters see the world and helps them gain thicker skin for the challenges that they are just going to get into in season 3 and the very end of season 2. For example, the episode Grotesque is Nick's struggle trying to find something, someone, some home, some place when he runs away. And we literally see him go through hell and back, nearly die, nearly get shot, nearly get eaten by a dog and everything. Like, Nick has gone through the ringer in that episode. But when we see Nick later on in season 2 and season 3, it really helps us think, well, yeah, Nick is strong, because look at what he's gone through. So these slower paced episodes in season 2 are very good. Like the boats as well, and the pirates with the Abigail and everything. That they are moments where our characters are gaining thick skin and they are realizing the problems of the world. And the amount of villains in season 2 is so good. I mean, we have like the pirates, and then we have like we have the family and the boat, like when they arrive at the island and the family's just going through crazy dysfunctions. Then we have the pirates, then we have Celia right after that, and then we have the whole gang with the trading posts. It's crazy how many villains there are in season 2, because it really re-emphasizes that our characters are gonna need to get a grip on this life. And so in terms of negatives, with it being slower paced sometimes, that's not true. And then of course we get so much drama in season 2, like with the pirates when they invade the boat, and when there's that whole mission to get Travis and Alicia back. That is very dramatic, and we don't know if anyone could die or what's going to happen. And at the very end as well, with Wraith and North, they are fantastic episodes because they are so intense and we see sides of characters that we've been building up to see throughout the whole season. Alicia stabs someone, Travis kills Brendan and his friend. So everything that season 2 is built up for just completely it's like, here we are, let's see it all in action. And one more negative is that people do believe that season 2 retraces the steps of The Walking Dead. Season 2, I disagree. I think the only thing is really Celia and Herschel. And even then, they both are different. Herschel becomes a fan favourite character and stays part of the main cast. Celia dies within a couple of episodes. I mean, Celia is just another villain, whereas Herschel is like a proper character. Like, I'm not saying Celia isn't a proper character, but besides really their beliefs, there aren't too many things about them that are dead similar. And whether season 2 is above season 1, I don't know. But for season 2 has higher highs than season 1. But also, season 2 didn't have any necessary lows. But for the lows, they are lower than season 1. But one thing that I will not argue with is season 3 being the best out of the original trilogy. Season 3 takes everything and it just is like exponentially grows the intensity. And I haven't watched Breaking Bad, though I have seen comparisons to season 3 and like the Erickson era being Breaking Bad. And from what I can tell, I agree, because as far as I'm aware, Breaking Bad starts off with a chemistry teacher that starts doing like making drugs, and things just go so much, they just get so more intense the more in depth they get into it. And Fear season 3 does the exact same. Now that we've seen our characters go through hardships, trials, and tribulations, they're already a little bit kind of on edge. And it just blows it into proportion and makes for such an engaging season. Madison is the star of this season. Like, Nick maybe could be argued as the star of season 2. But my God, is Madison the star of season 3? Madison is the focal point for everything, and she deserves to be. Like, when I talk about Madison, this is who I am talking about. She just kills anyone. She is selfish, but also selfless. She cares about her kids, she cares about her family, and the amount of action that ensues because of it. And the characters, I mean, Troy. So many people love Troy, and he was in the show for 1 season. I mean, how making that much of an impact in 1 season to be some people's favourites is ridiculously good. And then you have Jake and Jeremiah, who are not bad characters. They are really, really good in their own way. Not as good as Troy, but for who they are and what they are, they're as best as they can be. You know, getting someone to bond with Alicia, which opens up Alicia's other side. And then again with Troy bonding with Nick. And then Jeremiah just being this like bad good guy. Sometimes you're like, okay, he's doing a nice thing, and sometimes you're like, he's an absolute asshole. Just the two things coming together, it's just so engaging, and you don't feel disengaged. And we have our full cast in action with Daniel, Strand, Madison, Alicia, Nick, Troy, and Proctor John. Oh my God, Proctor John was in the show for 2 episodes, and I think he is one of the better villains of the Walking Dead universe. Call me delusional, I don't care. Proctor John was intimidating. He made me feel like he could do some big, big things to the world. I mean, or maybe to the universe. I don't know. Like, Proctor John was just engaging. He really made me interested into his story and what he wants to do and the way that he would treat people and his intimidation. I just loved Proctor John and that whole arc. And it only lasted 2 episodes. Like, just even more of a reason why I hate season 4. I do not think season 3 has anything bad about it, because its pacing knows when to slow down and when to speed up, and consistently it speeds up. You do not feel like you are watching 16 episodes. When I rewatched it, I almost can remember watching it in 3 different sittings. Now that's not true, but it just felt so like sharp that I could just picture myself 3 different times and then it's finished. Like, it is a show of TV that if you don't watch it, you are missing out. And if you don't like it, I am so sorry that you don't like it, because that's just a shame for you. I have nothing more to say about season 3. It's perfect. It really is. Season 6, I'm going to jump to next. Season 6 is a B tier. I don't give a crap about anything after Season 3. I really do not. And Season 6 is one of the better seasons. Even if Season 6 was refined and cleaned, and we were to see that consistently from Season 4 to Season 8, or 4 to 7, I would not care. Because it's not Fear the Walking Dead. It's another spin off. Like, at the root of it, even if the edges of Season 6 are clean, the whole core of Season 6 is Morgan and helping people and being nice and just completely far different from what Fear originally was. The really only things about Season 6 I care about is Alicia, Strand, Daniel, though they make Daniel a little bit harder to care for in Season 6 because they just completely assassinate his character by giving him problems, which I think that giving someone problems is a good, interesting thing to do. I think that we should see characters with problems, but Daniel, like, it just feels like another dig at us original Fear fans. Like, oh, yeah, well, we brought Daniel back in Season 5. He was already crap then. Now we're going to have Season 6 a good season. But guess what? We're going to make him not as nice. We're going to make him a little bit more unbearable. So, there you are. Enjoy him. And, Season 6 is horrific. I mean, God, horrific in some parts. I mean, the second episode where there's them sticky walkers. If you haven't seen it, I would go YouTube like Sticky Walkers Season 6 Episode 2. The way that all them people die is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then Virginia's alright. I like Virginia. And Teddy, oh my god, Teddy was actually really good. I really like Teddy. Do you know, maybe my opinions would be a little bit different if Teddy was the villain in Season 7. Like, Teddy actually reminded me of the original Fear. Teddy's the kind of person I would think to see in the original Fear. And in some way with the Dead in the Water shot, he kind of is, I think. I haven't watched Dead in the Water shot, so I shouldn't have said that. I'm not really too sure what it is. I'm going to watch it, but Season 6 is just rough around the edges, but even at its core, even at its strongest, in my opinion, it already falls flat regardless. So, but I understand that it is good. It is entertaining. It does have Alicia, Strand, Daniel. Luciane is, like there, I guess, but whatever. Season 6 can be a B tier. And these seasons are all dodgy. I may as well do Season 4. And Season 4 gets D tier, but it's top of D tier because it has Madison and Nick, but just because it has them doesn't mean I care about them. I mean, Season 4 took away that whole Proctor John. I was getting dead excited about Proctor John before. No, Season 4 took that away, which is like, whatever. Do whatever you want. And then it completely changed up the story. It brought Morgan in, eventually, very quickly, to be honest. It killed off Nick and Madison. It went through these ridiculous flashbacks. It gained a horrible camera filter. It was just uninteresting. Martha the villain and the Reapers the villain were ridiculous and boring. I didn't care. They had potential maybe to have something there. I understand that some of the starting episodes of Season 4 are not that bad, but I don't care. It doesn't save it in the slightest for me. Season 4 is a mess. I don't care whether it's the first. Maybe if I was doing the first half of Season 4, I would put it in C tier. But even then, I don't care about anything past Season 3. So I'm not going to try and like it because it really. The first half of Season 4 is what destroys Fear the Walking Dead. So even if there is some good parts, I don't care. Season 5 and 7 are just like. I used to think Season 7 wasn't that bad. And I think. I don't know what I did on the other tier list, but I think I was a little bit generous with Season 7. But after watching Amina, the worst rated episode of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and of course, Fear the Walking Dead Season 7, I kind of remembered that Season 7 is actually a really dodgy season. Now, whether my opinions would change back again when I do it with Season 8, I don't know. But I am giving Season 7 behind Season 4. I still do believe that Season 7 is better than Season 5 because Season 5 is ridiculous, and the only thing that I like about it is the fact that they have to deal with radiation. And Daniel comes back, but he's not really the Daniel that we all used to, love. So he's just another body, whereas Madison is like such an important character. Seeing her back in season 7 and 8, I'd like to hope they can get something right. But they didn't get Daniel right. But I guess Daniel's back. But look, that's season 5. Season 7 is just, yeah. I mean, Madison comes back at the end. I like that. I like some episodes in it, like the premiere was good. Strand being the villain, I like. I really actually do like that. But in some way, I also hate it because he's really just embarrassing. Like, he's just he's so excessive and camp, and it's like, I get that, like, is that really Victor Strand? Is that really Victor Strand? Like, I guess it kind of is, but is it? Like, if Victor Strand was a villain, would he be dancing around, throwing paintings of himself off windows, throwing people off balconies? I don't think so. I don't think Victor Strand would have been a villain in that way. I feel like a villain is a simple minded thing to call someone a villain. Are they like a decent villain? Are they a villain that has the opportunity to change? Are they like the governor? Are they too far gone? And I just feel like Strand is like, I just, I kind of like it, but in some way I wish it was Teddy. I would have 100% preferred the villain to be Teddy. And like I said, Radiation in season 5 is what I liked, and season 7 did not do Radiation anything. It was disrespected. It was almost like it was made fun of. It wasn't taken seriously. It was a joke as far as I can say. I don't know. It had good parts. Like, I would pick and choose a couple episodes from season 7. It didn't look as bad as season 4 or 5, but really, I mean, Morgan goes back a little bit as well. Definitely. I don't care for season 7 that much. But by far, season 5 is a piss take. It's a joke. It's the worst. Like, watching it, like I said, season 4, it has a horrible camera filter, though this is consistent. There are a couple of episodes taken on the camera which just look terrible to watch. Strand isn't really Strand. Like, at least season 6 makes Strand a little bit more like Strand, like giving him a bit more of a sneaky side. Um, Grace is infuriating. She annoys me so much. Again, the season just really focuses on Morgan. Um, Logan was horrific. Um, I mean, there are so many things about each season that I haven't mentioned. I'm just trying to briefly put it. Well, I probably haven't done it that brief. I like to ramble. But hey ho, like, all of D tier is horrific. Maybe season 4 and 7 have a couple episodes that I could look back on. Season 5 to me has none. Season 6 has quite a few episodes that I would look back on and some good concepts, but really it still just does not look up to the hype of the original trilogy, which I would watch all of the episodes, even some of the more worse ones, which there are no necessary bad episodes in any of the original 3 seasons, but some of the more boring ones I would still watch and smile all the way through. Everything that happens and the consistency and narrative in these 3 seasons is what Fear is to me, and really, I'd like to hope that season 8 could be a B tier. I don't know if I could have it in my heart to put it in A tier. I put season 6 in A tier on my other tier list, I think, and I've realised that that was a mistake. So unless season 8 can really give Madison justice and can really give homage and reference to the original Fear, I don't know if I could ever put it in A, and whether it would just always be capped at top of B tier. But that'll be for season 8, and that will be for my opinions to really form and change. If they do, they might not. And of course, that will be it for now. So thank you for watching. I wonder how your opinions are. Please tell me whether you agree or disagree, or think I'm being too harsh, or even too soft. Like, maybe some of you will dislike season 6 even more than that, or maybe some of you will think that maybe season 1 or 2 of Dave Erickson should be A tier, or maybe even lower, which, life. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time in a bit.